The legend of Venerable Maudgalyayana, saving his mother and the origin of the great Vulan filial piety festival. He was a great disciple who possessed the #1 spiritual powers in the world, capable of flying to celestial realms, moving mountains and filling oceans and transforming unceasingly. But why, when descending to the deepest, darkest bottom of hell, did he have to burst into convulsive sobbing in complete helplessness? The image of the bowl of fragrant, sticky rice, imbued with a mother's love, which, as soon as it touched his mother's lips, burst into charcoal embers, incinerating everything. This was not only the supreme tragedy of Venerable Maudgalyayana, but also Buddhism's greatest alarm bell, warning of karma and causality. Why do spiritual powers not prevail against karmic energy? And what profound, mystical secret helped the Venerable turn destiny around, saving his mother from existence as a hungry ghost, and creating the origin of the eternal Vulan filial piety festival? The answer does not lie in sorcery or magic. It lies in a truth right in your own home. Let's listen together until the end of the video. Part 1. The Mind Ground and the Seeds of Karma. Namo Shakyamuni Buddha. Dear virtuous friends and lay followers of the Buddha, in the endless flow of time, whenever the gentle autumn breeze blows and yellow leaves tilt and fall before the temple porch, the hearts of Buddhist followers everywhere shake deeply at 2 words: filial piety. Buddhism, as the ancient patriarchs summarized, is the religion of filial piety. Filial devotion is not merely an ordinary social moral standard. In the Buddhist worldview, filial piety is the foundation of all wholesome deeds, the first step to enter the house of the true Dharma, and the vow of all Buddhas throughout countless kalpas. Today, let us travel back in time to the era when the world-honored one was still in this world, to contemplate an immortal epic of motherly love, a profound lesson on the law of cause and effect, karma, and the Dharma door of liberation, the legend of Venerable Maudgalyayana, saving his mother, and the origin of the great Ulambana festival. Before Venerable Maudgalyayana attained arhatship and became the world-honored one's chief disciple, foremost in spiritual powers, he was born into the Maudgalyayana clan, a prestigious and extremely wealthy Brahmin family in the city of Rajagriha. His father was a virtuous Brahmin lord, and his mother was Lady Dhyana. In the profound depths of Yogacara, mind-only teachings, every living being is born carrying immeasurable seeds, bijas, within their alaya vijnana, storehouse consciousness. Lady Dhyana was not entirely lacking in love for her child. She loved Maudgalyayana with a deep, instinctive motherly love. However, in that life, her mind was clouded by the 3 fierce poisons: greed, anger, and delusion. When Maudgalyayana's father passed away, the vast family fortune was left in the hands of the mother and son to manage. From a young age, Venerable Maudgalyayana possessed wholesome roots, kusalamula, from countless past lives. His mind inclined toward the true Dharma, and he deeply respected pure practitioners. Before setting off on a long journey for business, he gently said to his mother, "My dear mother, this fortune is the accumulated merit of our parents. Now that I must travel far, please open your compassionate heart at home. Every day, please prepare provisions and robes to offer to the samanas, Brahmins, and true practitioners, as well as give alms to the poor and lonely. That is the greatest way to accumulate merit for our family." At that time, out of love for her son, Lady Diana nodded and gave her promise. But alas, the seeds of stinginess, greed, and arrogance within her mind were far too deep-rooted. As soon as her son's shadow faded behind the mountain range, her deluded nature began to resurface. She thought to herself, "This wealth was made by the blood and sweat of my husband and me. Why should I give it away to lazy practitioners and filthy beggars?" Her greedy attachment to wealth gave birth to resentment and anger. Whenever monks or poor people came to her gate, she not only refused to offer alms, but also used harsh and bitter words to scold and drive them away. Even worse, wishing to deceive her dutiful son, she ordered her servants to slaughter animals to prepare impure, non-vegetarian meals under the pretense of offering them to the monks. When the monks stood at her doorstep holding their alms bowls, she put filth and trash into their bowls and chased them off. When Madhgalyayana returned, Lady Diana falsely claimed to her son, "I have done exactly as you instructed. I have offered alms to the Sangha, respected the wise, and given to the poor." Madhgalyayana, by nature trusting his mother without suspicion, joyfully paid homage to her. Little did he know that every action, every word, and every evil thought in his mother's mind had planted a seed of immensely severe karma. In Buddhism, the karma of speech and mind that slanders the triple gem and deceives spiritual practitioners is the most gravity-laden, unwholesome karma, directly severing one's own source of merit. Not long after, Lady Diana fell gravely ill and passed away. Because her evil karma was so deep and heavy, the moment her final breath ceased, her consciousness immediately fell straight into Avicii hell, the realm of utmost suffering among the countless levels of hell where pain never ceases for even a single second. As for Venerable Madhgalyayana, after fulfilling his filial duties for his parents, he realized the fragility and impermanence of human life. Seeing that no matter how beautiful the human body is, it ultimately turns to dust, and no matter how vast one's wealth, it eventually shatters like foam on water, he, along with his close spiritual friend, Venerable Shariputra, decided to renounce their fortunes and venture into the deep forest to seek the path of unborn and undying liberation. Owing to fully ripened wholesome conditions, the two met Shakyamuni Buddha at Venuvana Monastery, Bamboo Grove. Upon beholding the world-honored one's majestic demeanor and immeasurable compassion, along with his concise yet profound teaching on the doctrine of dependent origination, of all things that arise from a cause, the Tathagata has told the cause, and how they cease to be. This too, the great Samana teaches. Madhgalyayana's mind immediately brightened. He requested to be ordained and join the Sangha. Within just 7 days of single-minded meditation, deep in the forest, through extraordinary willpower and supreme spiritual capacity, Venerable Madhgalyayana completely severed all defilements, greed, anger, delusion, pride, doubt, and wrong views, extinguished all afflictions, and attained the fruit of arhatship. Along with attaining arhatship, he fully unlocked the 6 higher spiritual powers, abhijna, divine feet, Hridivida, the ability to transform at will, walk on water, fly through the air, and pass through solid mountains. Divine eye, divya kaksus, the ability to see across vast distances, observing clearly the births, deaths, and rebirths of sentient beings throughout the 6 realms of existence. Divine ear, divya srotra, the ability to hear all sounds, from the heavenly devas and humans to ghosts, spirits, and beings in the hell realms. Mind reading, setopariya jnana, the ability to know the exact thoughts and mental states of others. Recollection of past lives, purvanivasanu samartyai, the ability to clearly know countless past lives of oneself and all beings. Extinction of defilements, asavaksaya jnana, the complete cessation of all mental afflictions, ensuring no further rebirth into the cycle of samsara. Among those 6 higher spiritual powers, Venerable Maudgalyayana was recognized by the Buddha and the Sangha as the chief disciple foremost in spiritual powers. Having become an arhat and escaped the cycle of birth and death, Venerable Maudgalyayana never forgot his filial love for his mother. The very first thought that came to his mind upon reaching enlightenment was not to enjoy the bliss of nirvana, but to repay the debt of his parents' birth and upbringing. This is the first practical lesson for lay Buddhists. Buddhism is not a cold or detached path of worldly escape. Enlightened beings do not sever feelings. Rather, they elevate narrow personal affection into vast love, compassion, and deep gratitude, filial piety. The Venerable exercised his divine eye to observe all the heavenly and human realms, searching for the image of his beloved mother. He looked up toward the Deva realms, where beings with abundant merit enjoy peace and bliss, but his mother was nowhere to be found. He looked into the human realm and the Asura realm, yet she was completely absent. At last, the Venerable directed his divine eye deep down into the dark, gloomy realms beneath the earth, the hungry ghost realm and the hell realms, and then his heart trembled. Tears of a saint rolled down his cheeks. Amidst tens of thousands of sentient beings wailing in the hungry ghost realm, the Venerable recognized the mother who had held and cared for him in years past. But now, Lady Diana was stripped of her former nobility and elegance. She had transformed into a deeply suffering, hungry ghost. Her body was emaciated, reduced to mere skin and bones. Her belly was as swollen as a ceremonial drum, yet her throat was as narrow as the eye of a needle. Her hair was matted and frayed, her face pale and mindless from utter exhaustion. Her throat was parched and burning, having not tasted a single drop of water or a single grain of rice for countless years. She lay collapsed on the scorching ground, doubled over, weeping in sheer despair. Beholding this horrific sight, Venerable Maudgalyayana felt his heart pierced as if by 1,000 knives. Boundless filial piety welled up within him. He immediately exercised his divine power of swiftness, Radivida, and flew down to the hungry ghost realm to save his mother. Part 2. The bowl of rice turning into red embers and the lesson on karma. When the figure of Venerable Maudgalyayana descended into the dark, hungry ghost realm, seeing his mother, who had once endured labor to bring him into the world, now utterly withered and emaciated, his heart twisted in agony. Out of supreme love, the Venerable used his spiritual powers to manifest a full bowl of rice and offered it to his mother. The fragrant, warm, soft rice was the very source of life that Lady Diana had craved through thousands of days and nights of burning starvation. Seeing the bowl of rice, Lady Diana's eyes lit up. But alas, though she had fallen into the most agonizing ghost realm, the seeds of greed and selfishness within her, alaya vijnana, storehouse consciousness, remained entirely untransformed. Fearing that the surrounding hungry ghosts would rush in to snatch her food away, she hastily covered the bowl with her left hand, while her right hand scooped up large handfuls of rice to quickly stuff into her mouth. But a horrific phenomenon immediately occurred. Her immensely deep karmic energy of greed and selfishness formed a barrier of evil karmic energy. The very moment the handful of rice touched her lips, fragrant and soft as it was, it instantly turned into blazing red embers. The fire ignited by her karma burned her lips, tongue, and throat, causing her to scream in utter agony, forced to throw the bowl of rice away in extreme pain. Venerable Maudgalyayana stood there, witnessing his mother writhing in the karmic flames she herself had created. He immediately exercised the entirety of his supreme spiritual powers. He manifested showers of pure lotus blossoms to extinguish the flames. He summoned wind and rain, bringing cool streams from the heavenly realms down to soothe his mother's burning throat. But strangely enough, the moment the rain of lotus flowers touched Lady Diana, it turned into a rain of sharp blades and boiling blood. The moment the cool water from the heavenly realms touched her lips, it transformed into scalding oil and raging fire. Venerable Maudgalyayana collapsed beside his mother, the tears of an arhat falling onto the gloomy earth of the netherworld. For the first time in his life, the chief disciple who possessed powers of endless transformation, capable of moving mountains, draining oceans, and traveling across thousands of worlds, was forced to helplessly confront a harsh reality. Spiritual powers cannot prevail against karma. Returning to the monastery, Venerable Maudgalyayana fell to his knees at the feet of the world-honored one, tears streaming down as he prostrated before the Buddha. His trembling voice was filled with shock and helplessness. May the world-honored one hear me. I have attained arhatship and possess powers of infinite transformation. I can move Mount Gandhamadana and scoop up the waters of the vast ocean. Yet why can I not offer my mother even a single grain of rice, nor extinguish the flames burning her body? I beseech the world-honored one, out of compassion, to instruct me. What karma has pushed my mother into such a desperate plight, and is there any way to liberate her? The world-honored one looked at his chief disciple with eyes of infinite compassion. He spoke gently, his voice warm and soothing, like a cool breeze dispelling the dark night of delusion. O Maudgalyayana, in her past life, due to a mind of greed and stinginess, as well as slandering the triple gem, despising spiritual practitioners, and deceiving the virtuous, your mother accumulated evil karma that is immensely deep and heavy, like a towering mountain, like a fathomless ocean. Though your spiritual powers are great, spiritual powers are merely a means to transform external environments. They cannot erase the seeds of karma already planted within a sentient being's mind. The Buddha emphasized a core truth of Buddhist teachings. Karma is created by the mind. A mind of greed, anger, and delusion creates hell. As long as the fire of greed and hatred within the mind remains unextinguished, even if you bring cool water from the heavenly realms, that water will be burned into scalding oil by the very fire of karma in her mind. No one, not even the Buddhas of the 10 directions, can bear or erase the karmic energy of sentient beings if those beings themselves do not awaken and transform their own minds. Dear virtuous friends, looking closely at the story, the bowl of rice, turning into red embers, let us pause for a moment to reflect upon our own family lives today. The lesson of Venerable Maudgalyayana is not merely a tale of ancient times. It serves as a mirror illuminating the path for every child and every parent living as a householder. Wealth and position cannot replace. Merit Venerable Maudgalyayana used his spiritual powers to save his mother, yet was rendered helpless. People today often use wealth, power, and position to practice filial piety toward their parents. We provide our parents with grand houses and exquisite delicacies, but if our parents live in anger, greed, selfishness, and perpetual affliction or attachment, then those material comforts are just like the bowl of rice offered to Lady Diana, incapable of bringing true peace and happiness. Spiritual powers cannot prevail against karma, and wealth cannot bear the weight of merit. The supreme filial piety for householders. If we wish to save our parents from suffering, nothing compares to helping them transform their consciousness. If our parents are still trapped in delusion, let us patiently guide them to take refuge in the Triple Gem and believe in the law of cause and effect. If our parents are still narrow-minded, let us encourage them to practice releasing living beings, giving alms, and sharing with those in need. If our parents are still harboring anger and resentment, let us use gentle words and filial devotion to soothe their minds and hearts. Helping our parents sow wholesome seeds into their alaya vijnana, storehouse consciousness, is truly offering them a pure bowl of rice that will never turn into red embers. Part 3. The Buddha teaches the Ulambana assembly and the origin of Pravarana Day. Facing Venerable Maudgalyayana's utmost agony upon witnessing his mother burned by the flames of karma, the world-honored one spoke out of compassion, laying out the sole path of salvation. His teaching was not meant only for Venerable Maudgalyayana of ancient times, but also serves as a timeless guide of filial piety for all future generations. O Maudgalyayana, the roots of your mother's transgressions are far too deep and heavy. Though your filial piety is so moving as to reach the heavenly realms, and though your spiritual powers can move mountains and fill oceans, you alone can never save your mother. Even the heavenly devas, local deities, or spiritual practitioners across the 4 directions are rendered helpless. If you wish to save your mother, you must rely on the vow power and pure spiritual merit of the Sangha from the 10 directions gathered together. Only then can she be liberated. Venerable Maudgalyayana was deeply moved. Joining his palms with utmost reverence, he asked, "May the world-honored one hear me. How can I gather the power of merit from the Sangha of the 10 directions? And at what moment will that merit reach its absolute purity?" The Buddha then opened the Ulambana Dharma door. Ulambana, meaning delivering those hanging upside down, referring to liberating sentient beings from the upside-down suffering of the hell realms. He instructed, the 15th day of the 7th lunar month each year is the Pravarana day of the Sangha from the 10 directions. After 3 months of the rain's retreat, Vasa, the monks have restrained their bodies and minds, cultivated precepts, concentration, and wisdom, and severed afflictions. On this day, the Sangha gathers together to humbly point out each other's faults, their minds completely pure, and their merit vast as the boundless ocean. On the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, prepare offerings of food, robes, alms bowls, bedding, and lamp oil, placing them into a vessel, ulambana bowl, to offer to the Sangha. Through the power of blessings from the pure, compassionate minds of the great assembly of monks, parents of this lifetime and past lives, even if they have fallen into the hell, hungry ghost, or animal realms, will instantly be liberated from suffering and reborn in the heavenly and human realms to enjoy immeasurable peace and bliss. Hearing the instruction of the world-honored one, Venerable Maudgalyayana was overjoyed. On the 15th day of the 7th lunar month, he reverently prepared the offerings, established the Ulambana assembly, and offered them to the Sangha of the 10 directions who had just completed their 3-month rains retreat. Before accepting the offerings, all members of the Sangha focus their minds in unison to chant blessings, generating compassionate contemplation and dedicating that pure merit toward Lady Diana and all sentient beings undergoing suffering in the dark netherworld. At that very moment, a miracle occurred. The energy of compassion and pure precept virtue from the great assembly of monks descended like a cool, refreshing stream to the very depths of the hungry ghost realm. Through the power of those blessings, combined with the boundless filial devotion of her son, Venerable Maudgalyayana, the seeds of selfishness and greed within Lady Diana's mind were suddenly awakened. She recognized her wrongdoing. Her mind let go of grasping, let go of greedy attachment, and let go of hatred. The moment her unwholesome thoughts ceased, the karmic fire in her throat was instantly extinguished. When karma dissolves, one's realm transforms. At that exact moment, Lady Diana was liberated from the painful existence of a hungry ghost and was immediately reborn in the heavenly realm of bliss. Venerable Maudgalyayana was overjoyed beyond measure. Prostrating before the Buddha, he said, "May the world-honored one hear me. My mother, through the merit of the Triple Gem and the Sangha, has been freed from the realm of suffering. Can future followers of the Buddha also utilize this method of Ulambana to deliver their present parents and parents from countless past lives?" The Buddha smiled compassionately, patted the Venerable on the head, and declared, "Sadhu, sadhu, excellent indeed. Let all disciples of the Buddha, whether monastics or lay practitioners, on the 15th day of the 7th lunar month each year, bring forth a mind of filial piety to prepare offerings for the Sangha on Pravarana Day, so as to repay the debt of birth and upbringing to their parents of this life and of countless past lives. That is truly the right Dharma of filial piety of all Buddhas of the 10 directions." From that time on, the Ulambana festival, Filial Piety Day was officially established, becoming an enduring spiritual and cultural tradition of Buddhism. The teachings of the Ulambana Assembly offer profound life lessons for lay Buddhists. 1. The power of the Sangha and the virtue of humility. Although Venerable Mahamoggallana was a noble arahant, he still needed the collective blessings and spiritual support of the Sangha. This teaches lay practitioners the importance of humility and unity. Whether within the family or in society, no matter how capable a person may be, they cannot overcome every obstacle alone without the cooperation, harmony, and support of the community. Two, the true meaning of liberation is the transformation of the mind. Lady Thanjay was freed from suffering not because of the quantity of offerings made on her behalf, but because her own mind awakened and she let go of greed and hatred. For lay Buddhists, true filial devotion is not merely expressed through lavish offerings or material gifts to one's parents. Rather, it is helping them gradually let go of afflictions, cultivate inner peace, and spend their later years in happiness, serenity, and peace of mind. Part 4. Filial Piety in Lay Life. Applying the teachings of Ulambana to the modern family. Dear friends, as we journey through this story, we often think of Venerable Mahamoggallana, and Lady Thanjay as figures who lived in Buddhist history thousands of years ago. But when we look with mindfulness and wisdom, we realize that neither Mahamoggallana nor Lady Thanjay is far away. Their stories are present in our own homes and in our own lives. Today, many sons and daughters have accumulated enormous wealth and possess the supernatural powers of the modern age, money, social status, and influence. They are willing to spend fortunes on the finest nutrition, hire the best caregivers, and take their parents on luxurious vacations around the world. Yet they remain powerless as they watch their parents sink deeper into loneliness, resentment, blame, and the attachments that often accompany old age. Isn't this much like offering a bowl of rice that a parent is unable to swallow? Outwardly, every material need has been provided, yet inwardly, they are still being consumed by the fires of mental afflictions, suffering that no amount of wealth can extinguish. On the other hand, the story of Lady Thanjay also serves as a profound reminder to parents. If we become so devoted to providing for our children that we are willing to sacrifice the well-being of others, living with greed, selfishness, and dishonesty, we are, in fact, kindling the very fires that will burn us in the future. When a parent's love is not guided by the Dharma, it can unintentionally become a karmic burden that their children may have to bear later in life. To truly express gratitude and repay the immeasurable kindness of our parents for giving us life and raising us, Buddhism teaches 4 levels of filial piety, progressing from the most basic to the highest. Every lay Buddhist can cultivate these practices in daily life. 1. Basic filial piety, material care. Take care of your parents when they are ill. Provide them with nourishing food, suitable clothing, and a safe, comfortable home. This is the most fundamental responsibility of being a son or daughter. However, Stopping at this level is not enough, because material support can only sustain the temporary physical body. 2. Intermediate filial piety, emotional care. Live in harmony with your parents. Show them love, respect, and gratitude, and avoid causing them worry or sorrow. Listen with patience and understanding, bringing them joy, reassurance, and peace of mind in their daily lives. Three, great filial piety, spiritual guidance. If your parents have not yet encountered the Dharma, gently and skillfully guide them to refrain from unwholesome actions and diligently cultivate wholesome deeds. Take refuge in the three jewels and develop confidence in the law of karma. Gradually let go of greed, hatred, and delusion. Practice life release, fang sheng, cultivate generosity, and expand their loving kindness and compassion toward all living beings. Helping our parents plant wholesome seeds in the alaya consciousness, storehouse consciousness, is the greatest gift we can offer them. These wholesome seeds become the foundation for peace and happiness in this life, and for favorable rebirths in lives to come. This is the highest and most enduring form of filial piety. Whenever the Ulambana festival returns each year, the rose worn on our chest gently reminds us of the priceless presence of our parents. If your mother is still alive, cherish her. Do not make her cry, and do not let tears fall from her gentle eyes. If your parents have passed away, dedicate your wholesome merits and the fruits of your mindful practice to them, wishing that, through these merits, they may be freed from suffering and attain a fortunate rebirth in a peaceful realm. Do not wait until the 15th day of the 7th lunar month to remember Ulambana. Do not wait until your parents have passed away before preparing lavish offerings or organizing grand memorial ceremonies. The purest offering is the gentle and loving words you speak to your parents today. The truest Ulambana assembly is your wholehearted presence and your sincere love for your parents in this very moment. May your parents who are still living be blessed with peace, good health, ease of mind, and the opportunity to encounter and practice the Dharma. May the parents of this life, the parents from countless past lives, and all sentient beings dwelling in realms of suffering be liberated through the power of compassion, freed from suffering, and attain fortunate rebirth in the heavenly realms. Thank you for watching this Ulambana Filial Piety video series from beginning to end. May the blessings of the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha always be with you.